Drugs and addiction affect things including our biology, our cognitive processes, the way in which we develop, our social skills and our personality, and our physical and mental health. We're going to discuss three of these major things.
The Cognitive Effects of Drugs and Addiction from Society for Neuroscience. In this article, it tells us some of the ways that drugs can cognitively affect animals and what that leads to. The study is done on 14 animals that were trained to do tasks. After initial training, they were separated into two groups. One group had cocaine available for them on 2 of the test days. After some time, the group exposed to cocaine began showing impairments in learning, cognitive flexibility, and memory during their tasks. The brain is impaired from the drugs and not able to perform tasks as well as the animals who have no cocaine in their system. The types of errors that occurred were like those made on cognitive tasks by people with some type of deficit disorder.
The way that we think, the way we perceive things, the way we remember things, and the way that we do certain tasks are all examples of cognitive components that may be impaired by drug use or addiction.
In an article by Ken Winters and Amelia Aria, they have reported that addiction and drug abuse are most prevalent in teens because their brains are still in the middle of developing. When the brain is developing, it leaves room for addiction to take over, and because most of the development happens when we are teenagers, they are most likely to have trouble with addiction. In the article, the author says that people between the ages of 15 and 18 are the most likely to be affected. The article also states that heavy use of these substances can lead to more issues later in life involving the functions of the brain. The parts of the brain that deal with learning and language acquisition specifically have been shown to have the worst effects from long periods of drugs and addiction. By this, we are trying to say that learning and memory are most likely going to be the parts of the brain that are most affected by early use of drugs, drug abuse, and later, if you use them for a long period of time, addiction that can lead to many more issues later on down the road. In this age group, 25% of them have used marijuana within the past month. 8% use marijuana daily. This right here is building up an addiction and is almost like drug abuse and will later have effects on your life that you may not know about now. In another article by the National Institute of Drug Abuse, which is a DEA government-run drug and addiction page for parents, titled How Drugs Alter Brain Development in Teens,